Hey guys, this is Doug with Fellowship of the Martyrs. It is Tuesday, January the 15th, 2013. And want to take an opportunity to thank y'all for watching. In particular, want to thank a couple of people that were a real blessing to us in the last week or so. You know who you are. That sent in a gift that was pretty sacrificial and makes a big difference in the operations of what we're all doing here. And know that we're praying for you and we bless you. And the right hand isn't supposed to know what the left hand is doing and all of that. But to one sister who sent in a donation, I want you to know that we love you, and if you need to be here, then come on. And if the situation requires it, we're glad to have you, and come on up to Liberty and we'll be here for you. Anyway, this video in particular, I guess you could say I was tardy in getting it out, but I don't feel like I'm tardy. I haven't felt a real unction until now. This week I'm going to try and get 10 videos out this week. I've got some of those. The Lord has told me already what we need to cover, but some theory, some Bible study, some prophetic sort of stuff like this, and we'll see where the week goes. Anyway, on January the 1st, the Lord woke me up in the middle of the night, flip on the computer, have to type dialogue out for the record. And partly at 5:55 a.m. and then later at 12:12 p.m. it gave me some more, and I want to read this to you. I will try, if it'll allow me that much room in the description, I'll try and cut and paste the whole thing into the description of the video. I'm not sure if it'll allow me. It's just 2 pages, but I'm not sure if it'll allow me that many characters in the description or not. Anyway, if you've read my book, Dialogues with God, this is kind of one way that I hear God. Sometimes He speaks in urges or sort of wind in your sails and pushing, and sometimes it's pretty clear. When I say that, I talk about hearing God. There's lots of different ways God speaks, but with me anyway, and with lots of other people, sometimes it's kind of a dialogue and just a back and forth conversation that you hear in your head. And then you test everything and make sure that it's Him and make sure that it checks out. And we got videos about how to, how to test the voices you're hearing to make sure it's God. Anyway, so this is the way it went. The Lord woke me up. I'm sitting by the edge of the bed. I normally talk to Him throughout the day anyway, and so I'm just sitting there and I'm like, I can't sleep, Lord. He said, I know, son, it's me. Write this down. Figures. Okay. So I flip on the computer, open up a word processor, write down the date. Sure enough, it's 5:55. I said, yes, Lord, I love you, Lord. I love you too, son. What's coming is going to astonish and shock many. People will sit speechless with their hand over their mouths. They will roll from one shock to another this year. There will be extreme ugliness and extreme beauty. There will always be an offset, son. As one increases, so will the other. People will be awed by the self-sacrifice and love, and they will be awed by the depravity and insanity and waste and selfishness. They will alternate from one extreme to the other, seeing things go from bad to worse, seeing leaders wax worse and worse. And some step up and be shiny on a scale they themselves only dreamed of being possible. Darkness and light will be divided more and more. Prepare your hearts, my people. Pick a team and stick to it tenaciously. For many, there will be one moment of testing, and of failure will mean no other chance, no other opportunity for redemption. They won't want to hear this, son. Oh, I get that, Lord. But we are running out of time, and for many, as their hearts are revealed, they will find that they were on the wrong side all along, despite their rhetoric. Have mercy, O God. Don't pray that, son. There has to be a conclusion. Justice is coming. I have been merciful, and will be merciful to those who deserve mercy. But don't pray for me to have mercy on those who require judgment. And you don't know who is whom. Just pray my will be done. Well, then have mercy on me, O God. Help me endure this time without grieving you or turning. I'm so tired. You're in the palm of my hand, son. I won't let you go. Rest in me and in the power of my strength. Though you are little, I will make you big. There are many being raised up for this time. This is the year, son. This is what you've been waiting for. You will see it soon, the fulfillment of many promises. Before this year is over, this ugly 13, even you will sit with your hand over your mouth, wondering how I did all that I did. Do not lose heart, son. Do not lose heart, my son. I love you with a mighty love, and I know your tears and sacrifice. Worthy are you, O God, holy, righteous, and true. You alone are worthy of glory and honor and praise. I deserve nothing, O God. I'm honored that you took me off the trash heap and didn't incinerate me already. Use me for your purposes. Only give me the strength not to disgrace you. I love you, son. Rest. Go back to bed. I'll tell you more in the morning. I want them to hear this. Yes, Lord, I love you, Lord. I love you too, son. Then I went back to bed. Just in the way of explanation, there's some stuff that's going on. As he's talking, I'm asking stuff and checking stuff and whatever. He said this year, this ugly 13. 13 is typically not a pretty biblical number. And I was checking just because it was the 1st of January. And he's saying this year. Okay, I'm like, okay, Hebrew calendar, Gregorian calendar, what are we talking about here? Because we just had Rosh Hashanah. And I'm kind of trying to narrow down what he's saying. And so he answers and said, this ugly 13. So he meant this 2013 Gregorian calendar year as it relates to this word. Now, there's some personal stuff mixed in here, but I'll try and explain as I can. Anyway, Dialogues with God, 1113, which, by the way, he said was sort of a signature of him, the 3 and 1, 1, 1, 1, and 3. That's he is triune. At 12:12 p.m., 12:12 being another number that he gives me all the time. It has a lot of significance for me personally and for larger things that I don't understand. I'm here, Lord. Son, they can't imagine. Tell them they can't imagine. Tell them about the destruction of Jerusalem. Read them, Josephus. His account is nothing compared to the reality of the horror of it all. And what is coming is far worse. The snake is aware that his time is short and will stop at nothing. He really believes in his heart that he can win. One of the upcoming videos is my retelling of Josephus and what happened to Jerusalem in AD 70 and the destruction of Jerusalem. Yes, Lord, I'll tell them. The groundwork is laid for the work in liberty and beyond. No one has seen all the pieces that I have put in place, but they will begin to surface and come together in ways you could never imagine. You will have all that you need to accomplish all that I've called you to do. What about, and I'm asking him specifically about this computer thing we're supposed to build, which is humongous and makes my head hurt. Yes, even that will move forward in a mighty way this year. Start consolidating resources. Start asking for things. I will give favor, and I will bless those who give. Warehouse space is important. Food is important. Yes, Lord. There's going to be a lot less time to goof off. Things are going to start moving fast. Tell them to get the video games and movies and hobbies out of their systems now, because the time for that is nearly over. Anyone serious is going to be about the work. Anyone not serious is going to be left behind. There is still more purging to do, individually and collectively. The addictions need to be laid down once and for all. Too many people are fighting me when they know better. I've called them to make changes in their life long ago, and they delay and delay, thinking I don't notice, or that their sacrifice will hurt more than my vengeance. No cigarette, no porn, no drug will look like it was worth it when I do what I'm about to do. Yes, Lord, I'll tell them. It's time to reach out to the leadership in Liberty again. Propose a resource exchange, a depot, where donations from all over Liberty can be stored, sorted, processed, and redirected. Some will get recycled, some sent to orphanage or other needs overseas, some stored for future disaster or local needs. Few will cooperate at first, but someone has to lead the way toward acting like one body. Show them what it means to share, to love, to bless unconditionally. Yes, Lord. Then a specific idea pops in my head about who to ask for warehouse space. He says, yes, son, that idea is mine. Follow through on that. Write a letter to them and ask for space. Yes, Lord. Do it soon. Plant seeds quickly. The media exposure will water them greatly. I'm in this, son, and my timing is perfect. You won't lose another townhouse. I will make a way. Just endure a little longer. Yes, Lord. Thank you, Lord. You have been so faithful. I will never let you go, son. We're going to walk this out together. Hard things are coming. Lean on me. Even though I've given you shoulders to cry on, come to me first. Yes, Lord. That's all for now, son. Yes, Lord. One of the things in there, he talks about media exposure. We've got some announcements I'll be making here shortly about some of that, but we've had some interest in Fellowship of the Martyrs on a national level, and there should be a documentary coming out about us shortly, and I'll have an announcement about that sometime this week, when you can expect that and where you can see that. How it's going to turn out, I don't know. If it's going to be a hit piece or whatever, I don't know. The Lord says any press is good press, and so to just invite him and allow him and talk to him and be open with him and see what happens. But I'll have more announcement about that shortly. That was the word for January 1st, 2013. You take it to the Lord and see if it sounds like his voice or not. The overall message of it all was that we need to hurry. That whatever you haven't laid down, you better lay it down quick. That first section, it says that people are going to make decisions that will lock them in, and they won't get another chance. Said for many there will be one moment of testing, and a failure will mean no other chance, no other opportunity for redemption. People don't want to hear that. They want to hear that they can mess up as many times, that they can go to confession, every Sunday, go to Mass, go to confession, and screw up again all this coming week. Doesn't work like that. There are going to be people that decide to take the mark of the beast, and that one decision will inexorably march them to a place where that one decision will mean there's no redemption possible for them. There will be people that have already made up their mind years before to reject God and everything of God, so the decision to take the mark of the beast is just on that same path where they've already decided, and the fork in the road was long before that. None of us know. None of us know what that one moment of testing might be. But this is a time of testing, and you need to be aware that you are always being watched by God and by others to see whether you'll deny Christ or not. And there's lots of ways to deny Christ besides somebody having a gun to your head and commanding you to do it. You deny Christ when he says, don't be intimate with that girlfriend, and you do it anyway. You deny Christ when he says fast, and you'd rather have a ham sandwich or whatever. You deny Christ when he says quit smoking, and you say, but Lord, I need this more than I need you. Anyway, we really, really need to get in a hurry and need to get a sense of urgency and need to get serious about our own walk and get whatever out that doesn't belong. That's the word I got on January 1st. I've been sitting on it, chewing on it, trying to make progress towards some of the directives in it. I'm going to make a video about Josephus, if not today, yet this week. There's a couple hundred pages of material to review to give you a really good idea. I've read the parts before about the destruction of Jerusalem, but I'm going and rereading everything that led up to that and how bad the situation was when the Romans did show up and how it came to be and how ugly it was. The Lord said what's coming is going to make that look good, make that look easy. And it was horrifying. Horrifying. There are those that are what are called preterists that believe that the book of Revelation was already fulfilled in AD 70. The destruction of Jerusalem fulfilled the prophecy about the blood flowing as high as the horses' bridles and all of this. And it did. Over 1 million people died in a very confined space in a very ugly way. But I think we're going to see something far worse than the world has ever seen. And the destruction of Jerusalem was the worst the world had ever seen up to that point, according to Josephus. And anyway, that's all for now. Thanks for listening. Please keep praying for us. If you'd like to support what we're doing here in Liberty, and if you're grateful for the spiritual growth or whatever blessing that we've been to you, you can PayPal to FOTM@fellowshipofthemartyrs.com, or you can reach us by mail at 118 North Conister, CONISTOR, number B as in boy 251, Liberty, Missouri, MO 64068. And or email us at FOTM@fellowshipofthemartyrs.com. Visit the website at fellowshipofthemartyrs.com. Thanks for listening, and God bless.